Hey, what's up? Got a watch review today. This is going to be of the Nite MX10-201. This is a military style looking watch. This is a really nice watch. There's only a handful of reviews out there on YouTube, so I wanted to show anybody who's in the market, might have some questions, just wants a little bit more I guess screen time of this, what it's all about. So I've had it for a couple of weeks. I put it back in this box. I know some people are interested in what you're going to get. You get this right here, the outer carton. Okay. The Nite watch is it's built in the UK. It's a British company, and so they have some specifics here for warranty and repair. There is a USA distribution company, and that's where this one came from. It actually ships from a place in Florida. Here's your manual. One thing to note about the manual, I didn't really see a particular mention of this model. There's lots of models from Nite. Again, this one being the MX10-201. MX10 is the watch, the 201 is, I guess, like the style, so that refers to the band or bracelet and the type of case, if it's going to be like stainless steel, like a silver steel or a PVD. And they don't really tell you, there's a lot of stuff, you see chronographs in here, but they don't give you any instructions on the main or the basic one, which is what this is, but you don't need it. It's the standard crown. You just pull it out and set the time, and then you pull it to the other position to set the date. So within the white box you have the presentation box, and this is really pretty robust. This is really, it almost feels like wood. It's cardboard, but it's hard as hell, so you don't really have to worry about anything happening to this in transit. I don't think anything's getting past this. This is pretty nice. There's 3 magnetic latches. There's one on the bottom fold, another magnetic thing there, and then the third one on top, and that's the watch. It's the Nite MX10 was it 201? Okay. So one of the first things I want to show you, let me zoom in just a tad. This should be good. Let's move over here. One of the first things I want to show you as I take it off the pillow is they have this really nice retainer here. So when it's on your wrist, I have not had the band here slip out of this once. Again, I've had it about 2 weeks. I work outside. I work in the field. I really try not to bang up my watches, but they, they see a little of everything. So I can tell you that once this band is in there, it stays. It doesn't go anywhere. And so we just push this bottom one in a little bit, and we can push it through. Okay. You see on the band, there's the 2 holes on this rubber band. This is a really nice rubber band. It's not a plastic. There's nothing plasticky about it. It's a very soft, pliable, lively rubber. It's nice. You have the this clasp here, the 2-prong clasp. Okay, let's take a look at some of the details here. You got Nite on the that portion of the clasp. Okay. Again, Nite logo on that guy. And there's the main face of the watch. Really, really clean, extremely easy to see. It's a military watch, and so it's all about functionality, and it really excels at that. You can pick up the time on this in a fraction of a second. The band has some the detailing on it, pretty nice. There's those things. On the back says Nite. And then the case back here. Case back is a screw-down case back. You can see the screw lugs there. And on the back, I don't think my camera will show you the, maybe. Nite, it's a Swiss movement, sapphire crystal. That's one of the big draws to this watch. It's stainless steel. This is PVD coated. and water resistant to 100 meters. And very small here below Nite, it says MB Microtech H3 aluminum, and it has a little reactor like the nuclear symbol. And above that, that's another one that draws to these watches. Above that is the NATO stock number. So this is like really official military stuff. It has a NATO assigned number, and that's a testament to how serious it is, how robust it is, and how well it's built. It's really, really nice. Let's see here. Sapphire crystal is nice. It has anti-reflective. As I read, it's on the inside, and I find it to work pretty well. Let's talk about the crown. The crown has a little Nite, like the light being spread kind of look on it. This is not a screw-down crown. This is a pull-out crown. But it's a pretty good system because, again, it has 100-meter water resistance on a pull-out crown, so that's not too bad. And it's also, as per Nite's website, it's triple sealed. So I think they actually have 3 gaskets on the inside. I'll tell you, if you pull it out, you can't see the gaskets, but they do say it's triple sealed. And again, this is a very easy crown. You just pull it out all the way, set the time, pull it out to the first position, or push it back when you can set the date. Let's talk about the band. Again, I said this is a really nice band. It's a real nice rubber. You'll notice that it will not lay flat, and you can see how kind of lively it is. It's not a plastic. But it won't lay flat because that's the curvature of the rubber itself, and this is just the way that it's made. So some people might like that, just hugs the wrist, goes around very naturally. Downside is you can't put a Zulu or any other aftermarket strap on here because you see that the case and the band are kind of proprietary in this shape here and the way they come together. So you're going to be using this band. They do sell additional bands if you had to replace it, but this is the only band that you're going to be using. The band screws in. Okay, you got screws on either side, which is nice. I prefer them to the pins. Pretty robust. It's not that high of a watch. I think it was about 11 millimeters in height. It's about, I believe, 42 wide with the crown. I don't have my ruler here, but it's on the smaller side compared to today's popular watches. But in terms of a military watch, it's kind of right in line. Oh, the big draw on these, I mean, the whole Nite thing is about the illumination. Now this has the H3 tritium tubes. I don't know how well this will focus. So your tubes are at the, you see above the 12 and the 1, those little lines, those are the tritium tubes. And so they're all around by each number. It's on the hour hand, the minute hand, and the second hand. And they're all green except for 12. 12 is an orange tube. I'm really happy about these. I have one other tritium watch by Tracer, and I don't think it has anything to do with Tracer or Nite because they all get them from MB Microtech. That's the maker or the distributor of the tubes. Nite doesn't make theirs and Tracer doesn't make theirs. But I found these to be significantly brighter than on my Tracer. And just for reference, I think there's a reason for that. These tubes are not inset into the watch such that there's not like a cavity carved and then the tube lays into it with just the top kind of showing. These are kind of placed actually on the there's a tiny cavity, but you can see even the ones going around the side, you could see their cross section. Like you can almost look down on them. You can actually look down on them and see the side of the tube as if you were to look through it going kind of like this way. And so what that means is that no matter how you're viewing it, you can always see physically the tube exposed, and it's really bright. I'm very happy with this one. It's significantly brighter than my other watch, to the point that at night, once my eyes get adjusted, I mean, if I hold it away from something, it'll throw light against my hand. It's certainly not like a flashlight, not even a dim one. I mean, I don't want to make it out to seem something it's not, but it is to that point where it actually will throw light once your eyes are adjusted. And you can imagine if it's able to do that, it just glows phenomenally. I'm very happy with the illumination on this watch. Put it on my wrist. We'll do a quick wrist shot. My wrist is a small wrist. I have about a 6 and I forget now, 6.5 or 6 3/4. It's pretty small. When you put this on, that thing always seems to catch just right. just always kind of goes into place, and then as you push this down, it'll slide with it. So that works well. So it's just, the one thing I notice above all else is just the ease of reading it. You don't get better contrast than white on black, and you just pick up the time immediately, and I think it really serves its function perfectly as a military kind of watch. See if I can give you a cross section there. Do a little bit of. So, yeah, this is a really great watch. And one of the things I want to put out there is I like watches in general, and tritium is just plain cool. But tritium is also expensive. You just add that one feature and it gets expensive real quick. So what's happening is, if you search for Nite Watches USA, I'm looking at my computer right now. Nite Watches USA, a site's gonna come up. It's nightshop.proforceequipment. This watch retails on the site for $349. I found it online for a little bit better, around $300 or even like high twos. But Nite is getting rid of these because this is a 2010 model, and they have all their 2011s. And what's important to note here is that the 2011s are no different. Nothing has changed except for, I'm guessing, their internal part number. But to look at them, they are physically identical. You can go onto the site and look at the ones that are on sale and the new releases, and you'll see that there is absolutely no difference. So, oh, and this one is $175 shipped. And it's a really, really great everyday watch, particularly if you're a little hard on your watches, if you like that nice, clean military style. For $175, you're getting PVD stainless steel, sapphire crystal, AR coating, Swiss quartz movement. I'm sorry, I don't know too much about the movements. I think it says T25. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but that's what it has in terms of movement. And the tritium. So you combine those things, 175 is really, 175 shipped is a really good deal. So I can't say enough good about this watch, and particularly at night. If you've never had a tritium watch, or even if you have some others, I'm telling you, the way they lay these things out, it's phenomenal. It just really glows. I know someone else who has a Luminox, and this is appreciably brighter. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And again, it's not the tubes, because MB Microtech makes the tubes. It's just the way they set them up. It's really, really functional, very bright, extremely visible at night, and during the day. So this is the Nite, the MX10-201, and yeah, I really recommend it. Just so you know, if you go on that site, you're going to see other variations. You can see some, they have this portion in a kind of like a, this is stainless, but they have some that are not in the PVD, some that are in like the silver, kind of brushed silver, and they also have models with a link bracelet, but those are a little bit, the link bracelet's more, the other model with the silver finish here is not, but this is really the way to go, I think. This is a really good, all-around functional, everyday watch. So that's been the Nite MX10-201. Thanks.